Flat light but warm temperatures greeting the riders on what would be the toughest day on this year's Vuelta. It was always going to be so. A short distance of just 109.4 kilometres, but boy oh boy did they pack the climbs into this one, and the final climb packing a punch that could prove to be a knockout blow. Well, a big break went for it at the beginning of the day. It swelled to about 19 riders by the time we got to the first Category 3 test. Davide Formolo bridging over from UAE Team Emirates. They were hoping to work for David de la Cruz on the day. Well, almost all teams had somebody up the road, save for Jumbo-Visma, who were busy engaged in the chase. Guillaume Martin, who'd bridged over, adding yet more mountain points to his tally to a polka dot jersey competition he virtually owns. Movistar were pushing on, and poor old Davide Formolo, who had done so much hard work during the day, took a tumble. He wasn't the only one. Crucially, Andre Amador was also to find the wall on this very damp descent. And so part of the armoury for Richard Carapaz in his bid to get back into red was being hampered. A broken saddle for Amador at a very bad moment. Well, the breakaway started to thin down under the impetus and the push of Luis Leon Sanchez. He was there with Mattia Cataneo. Setting a tempo to try and stay with them to get yet more mountains points was Guillaume Martin. Meanwhile, Chris Froome, well, he turned out to be the most help of all to Richard Carapaz and was starting to make inroads, creating gaps that was phasing some. Over the top of the next Category 1, and Guillaume Martin had just about done it as far as polka dots are concerned. He'll be wearing that in Madrid, you can be sure. Well, as the final climb did reveal itself, and in all its terror, right at the very beginning, some of the ramps exceeding 22%, but the worst was to come right at the very end, and particularly for Primož Roglič. His team was starting to thin down. First, Jonas Vingegaard along with Robert Hessink. They left the party, leaving Sepp Kuss on minding duties. But it was the leader of the Young Riders competition, Enric Mas, that pushed on the barriers out of a very select group, including Hugh Carthy, Carapaz, of course, Roglič himself with Sepp Kuss, Dan Martin still very much in the frame, Vlasov there as well. Well, it was almost a slow bicycle race at this point. The inclines were so punishing that even great riders were finding it difficult. Gear changing as well became very, very tough on this kind of incline. When you got the drive in, you better make sure that the gear changes were slick. Carapaz may have stalled then, but Hugh Carthy was pushing on. The man from Lancashire really digging deep and going for glory. Ultimately, the day was to belong to him. He's a tall man, and he rode like a big man today. Wonderful to see. Enric Mas was in his wake, along with Vlasov. Where was Carapaz, and how much gap had he got on Primož Roglič, who was starting to struggle up this mountain? Well, Hugh Carthy came to the line, and the clock began to tick. He picked up bonus seconds, and in the end he would have enough to overtake Dan Martin and move into third place. Vlasov with Mas and Carapaz. And then we waited. How long would it be before Roglič arrived? 10 seconds difference between himself and Richard Carapaz of Ineos Grenadiers. It meant that the Ecuadorian goes into the red jersey. Hugh Carthy got the top step of the podium on the day, and Primož Roglič must now wait till the time trial, where he will surely go back into red. Carthy, Vlasov, Mas, Carapaz, with Roglič coming home on 26 seconds, Carapaz on 16. No bonus seconds then for Carapaz. He may rue that. He's in red for now, but no real celebrations. A rest day to come, and then that time trial. How long will he stay in red, and can he get back into it before Madrid? Big questions, plenty to be asked, unanswered before this great race draws to a close. So a rest day in the offing, and then this. The time trial from Muros to Ezaro, 33.2 kilometres, and this climb at the very end. A big kicker. It could have been designed for Primož Roglič. Let's see how he goes, shall we? Whether he gets back into red and what the time gap is. It's still a long road to Madrid.